Guys, welcome to my part 2. I'm still continuing from my first video. If you haven't watched the first video, I'll just leave the link below in the subscription box that you can first. I would recommend you first watch the first one, because if ever you haven't, you won't really understand what's happening, because I'm gonna start exactly where I left off. So this is what actually happened now. Then I'm part of this church and everything is fine. And then I go home, and then I still remember it was now September. So it was, what's that, spring holidays, I think so. So I went home and I arrived at home. It was on a Tuesday. Yeah. So I arrived on a Tuesday. My mom tells me that she wasn't well, what, but she's okay now. Now I could see she's fine. So the following day, on Wednesday, I go visit my cousin sister that I normally visit whenever I'm home. So I visit her and everything was fine. But while I was not gonna sleep. Normally I sleep when I visit her, but this time, because my mom told me that she just wasn't feeling well, she had a stomach bug and all of that, I felt, no man, let me just go visit during the day and then come back in the afternoon. So I think it was around about 3 in the afternoon. My mom calls me and she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm here." Like, where? I said, "I'm going." And she was like, "Okay." She dropped the phone. She didn't say anything. I was like, "Okay, sure." Because, okay, they called for the second time. No, I stayed like 30 minutes. She calls again. And she was like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm still here." And she's like, "Come back." Yeah, but then okay, you know, but they want me to come and bake because when she in Goville, I don't know in English, but when I've made dough when I left the house. So you know, they want me to come and bake. So I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna come. So, but as much as I was saying that, but in my heart I felt a little bit of panic, because I'm like, what's happening? I told my sister, the one that I'm visiting, my cousin sister, I'm like, "Hey girl, let's go, man." Yabo. She's like, "Okay, fine, we go." Right on the way, not too far from home, the phone rings, and my mom is like, "Where are you, Ngoku?" And I'm like, I'm not too far, but come in about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but I'll be there in no time. Already we've left the house, from my cousin's house. And she's like, okay, she just drops. She doesn't say anything. I start to panic, I start to feel panicking, and I don't even have a time to call back. I start panicking, what's happening? Like, what's wrong? I come. Just when I was close to my house, like my home, I see someone getting out of the house, and then that person was wearing my mom's dress, and I was like, oh, I thought it was my mom, and I was like, hey, like, why is she panicking if something is wrong? So when I get closer, I realize, good to know, man, this is a relative of ours. This is not my mother. I now start panicking again. I enter the gate kind of running, because she's not the person that she's normally at home. So I felt, good to know, there's emergency that she's there. Don't I enter the house there? Okay, just outside the gate, I see a car parked there. Okay, my house is like next to the road. So I thought whoever is parked there. And it didn't link that the person that is parked there could be inside the house. I enter inside the house. I find the owner of the car inside the house. I find many people in my house. My mom was dying. I lost my mind. I was like, I don't even want to say this in English. I was like, nimenzeni mama, ndiyamfuna umama. Nimenze ntoni? Kaloku ngeke ndihamba phakathi ekuseni mina. Umama ebe right engenanto. And then the next thing ndiyabuya ngondibuya umama uyaphela, guys, like uphela ezandleni. Yabona ukuthi abantu besithi phefumla yithi ngoku. Yo guys, it was dramatic. For those people who didn't understand, I was asking people, what have they done to my mom? Because my mom was actually fine just a few hours ago when I left my house. My mom was okay, and then I'm coming back, she's literally dying in their hands. I wanted my mother, like I was like ndiyamfuna. And I remember someone asked me ukuthi iphi jezi yakhe, where's her jezi? And like, I don't know. Andinanixesha lejezi zakhe, mna ndifuna umama ephila. Yabo? Yo guys, I was losing my mind. Then relative law was here. She's the one that called the car, because they thought calling an ambulance at this time, she's not gonna make it. And they'll be like, oh no, you're not gonna go inside the car where now they're taking my mom to the hospital. So it's like, no, you're not gonna go to the hospital because my younger sisters are at home and I need to take care of them. I'm like, I don't care about no younger sisters. Diamba no mama. Like, I just didn't understand why should I be left behind. Damn. And everyone was like, yes, don't. I remember the car driver was saying, guys, because uba kwenzeka noba intoni umama wakhe ngeke aphinda nixolele, like literally uzosola ukuthi condens way, so let her go so that she's comfortable. Whatever that happens, she's there, she can see. We enter the car. I remember so much. That's when I knew there was prayer, like a real prayer. Yeah, I was praying in the car and I was talking to my mama been like, mama ungayenzi lonto, like mama uqholo sifundisa wena wasifundisa wathuba sibonyamezela yabo singavuyisa uSathane and all of that. Ngeke uvuyisa uSathane ntombazana, ngeke ufe ngoku, not now when I'm doing my first year university and now that I've decided to change indlela zami, then when you decide to leave us, no ways. So I've been begging God and begging my mom at the same time, and then we arrived at the hospital. She was okay. They didn't admit her. Then we went back home. She was fine. This is now on Thursday. The following day is on Thursday. And all my sisters were gonna come back. I remember my brother was studying in Tata and my sister was studying in a high school, not where we come from, not in our village. So my sister was gonna come back and she kept asking them, they're asking man what kept bothering me. You know those people, they want to say something, their last words, and then they pass away. That's how it felt. It really felt uncomfortable. And I kept calling my sisters, guys, where are you? Where are you? And it's like, we're coming. Like, we're not too far. The text is here now. Like, they kept on constantly updating me. And that was on a Thursday. And then we slept on a Thursday. It was still hectic. My mom was still on and off. And then it was Friday. Friday was worse. And then someone advised, let's just take my mom to a bishop's place that was quite known that she prays for people and they get well. So we took her there, and then when we arrived there, she was fine, literally fine. In the morning, she was well, she could talk, like she was good. So in the afternoon, in early morning still, I remember around about 10 in the morning, we then now decided to go back home because my mom looked fine. So we went home. And then we arrived. When we arrived at home, I don't know how people knew my mom was not well. It was quite packed. Like even our family members that were quite far, they knew my mom was not well. I think the word of mouth just spread all over. So there was a lot of people. So we went inside the house. My mom was still fine, according to us. So guys, this is how my mom was sick, because everyone will be asking themselves, was it flu? It was not flu. It was a spiritual attack. Everyone that would know but it was that type of attack whereby spiritually you would be attacked, and people die in those things. Like literally, people would die. We'll be sitting with the person here only to find out the original person is long dead in the spiritual tonton. I don't even want to go there because it's just complicated. But that's the type of sickness that she had. So she would be on this minute and then she'd be off the second minute. Yabo. And I remember she literally was off this time, like in a bad 10. Everyone was sure that she's dead. I remember she was wearing a red t-shirt. They took the t-shirt off, they poured water. She was just not waking up. She was literally gone. Like literally gone. I used to say to her, yes, you once died in one lifetime event when you once died. And then I left the house and people were crying. I remember her brothers, 2 brothers, they left the house and they'd be like, yeah, ne, yo, I wonder when they said those words, and they didn't say those words without tears. The tears were rolling. I mean, old man. And I was like, hey, my mom is gone. I remember very well going behind the house, and it's behind my brother's flat. And I stood there and I was like, God, I know you exist. This was my direct words. And ukona somewhere, I don't know where you are, but ukona. If namhlanje ungandenzela favor and my mom can get saved, like my mom can heal, mna zikhona, I'll get saved. That was my short message. But uyabana Thixo uba wamsindisa umama wam, mna enye into endizoyenza ndizosindiswa. Because into ndiyayazi mos from la part 1 wokusindiswa. Then I went inside the house. When I entered inside the house, others were praying, others were crying. Like it was just a whole lot of emotions. And I remember my sisters, they were in the other room, not here, because they just couldn't take the trauma. They were crying. My brother was in the garden. She was just crying there. Then there was this other lady that came. This lady came running, guys. And then when she came running, she came inside the house. She didn't even greet anyone. She went straight to my mother's bed and she prayed. Guys, when I say prayer works now in my salvation journey, I know what I'm talking about. When I say God hears everyone, I know what I'm talking about. That lady went inside the house and prayed. She was not even too long. Like, it was not even a long prayer. And my mom woke up. Why can everyone stop crying? Oh, people started praying. I was like, yo, hey, I'm Kulu Tiko, now I'm going to I man, I get like literally there's no one. That when I sing that song, I know very well. I literally know what I'm talking about. People prayed, and then I just sneaked out the house and I went behind the flat. I think I had to take ndiyayazi ba wena yesikhona indlela wamkelwa ngayo. Kaloku ndake ndayihamba intente kuyatsho pha ba inkosi Yesu namhlanje ntontoni. I know ikhona indlela wamkelwa ngayo. But ke ngoku because akekho umuntu ozondithandaza lo mthandazo kodwa mna ndiyakwamkela njengoThixo. Yo guys, ndabe ndamkela uYesu empilweni yami ngalo mini. And kwabe kufika inhlanhla ekhaya. You know when abavangeli besithi yangena inhlanhla ekhaya. That was the turning point yempilo yam. I accepted Christ like that. I was not in the church setting. I was not in the keyboard setting. It was literally a crisis. And I made a vow to God. Ba uThixo bangamphilisa umamam ndingasindiswa. I remember sitting there thinking ukuthi uThixo ndingamenzela ntoni. Ndathi uba bekuthuna ifone ndingamthengela i-airtime uThixo. Ndithi enkosi because umama uvukile. And I just had faith to go on and off because we uvuka before aphinda straight to square one cool. So I knew this time you know what, it's actually the true healing. And enhliziyo yami kwakho umhlabelo lothi ndingayisa ntoni kuye efanele ukumbonga andinako kwanele kodwa ndizomnika uqobo lwami. Ingoma yaseziyoni le eqhela uculwa eziyoni cawe yasekhaya. So ingoma yasekhaya le eqhela uculwa eziyoni xa kuvulwa umbhedesho pha eqaleni. Cula lo ngoma ndingayisa ntoni efanele ukumbonga andinako kwanele ndizomnika uqobo lwami. Basically in English I don't have much that I can take to the Lord, but I actually offer myself as a living sacrifice because ayikho enye into that I can give God. Guys, ndabe ndamkela uYesu ngaloo ndlela. uThixo wafika ngaloo ndlela empilweni yami. It was a joyful moment. I went back inside the house. Ndafika umama wami ecula, ndafika umama wami efakaza enqina echaza ukuthi ugule kanjani, ekwenzeka ntoni, wacela ukwenzela ukutya. I'm getting emotional on this part. Wacela ukwenzela ukutya. Right. Wabe umama uyaphila, ndabe ndamkela insindiso ngaleyo ndlela. And then because now I think I stayed just a week ekhaya. After that the schools were opened. I now had to go back to university. I then called umama Umchali, which was my pastor. Shout out Mama Umchali, because she's the one wandamkelisa uYesu. Ndaya kuyo and I told her ukuthi I've accepted Christ but ngendlela yami. So ndicela ke ngoku undamkelise ngendlela proper. She did the prayer. She led me to Ilantuka salvation. And from that day, she was my mentor as well, because whenever I had questions, whatever, I had izinto that I come across Evangelion, I would go to her and talk to Mama Umchali. And that was how I accepted Christ in Bilwenia. So okay guys, ndisindisiwe kungumusa kaThixo. When I looked at izinto engiqhela ukuzenza nezinto endisuka kuzo, when I looked at my past, which is not it's something that I'm not proud of, I look back and I say, God, you are faithful. Every day and every hour, you are faithful. So I think I'll stop there for now and take a little break, Nyana, because I can feel I also wanted to talk about my journey now in salvation, because that was just a journey to salvation. Eyakuphakathi ke kwivangeli ijeni. Hey! Chineke. Sensinsiwe ke ngoku. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna do the video today. Do I have energy to do it? Because I think I've just shared, I've just opened up to my space for you guys to know me more spiritually. But I think this video would help. I hope this video maybe will help someone that is at home, that is struggling to get figure izinto out. I don't know, man, but I just wish it does something. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and please do not forget to subscribe. Please do not forget to comment, and also please do not forget to share my videos. I truly appreciate you guys. I really truly love your participation in my comment section, and I enjoy hearing from you a lot. Thank you so much.